What's up guys, how y'all doing? SNBNS here. I'm doing a video today comparing the Rode VideoMic Pro against the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So I think it's fair to compare these two guys and to see if the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is worth your extra $70. Now currently this Rode VideoMic Pro is priced around $230 on B&H.com, and this new Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is priced around $299 on B&H. Before we get to the sound test, I just want to compare these two real quick and see how they differ. Now as you can see here, these two mics look pretty much exactly the same. The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is a little bit thicker when comparing the length. The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is a little longer by just a little bit. Just to tour the outside here, you can see the Rode branding, and then they both have the similar Rycote Lyre suspension mounts. The battery door here on the Rode VideoMic Pro was a big complaint from a lot of people. You had to kind of, until, you see I'm kind of having trouble with this already. There you go. And you slide it open, and out comes a 9-volt battery. And then you would just slide that back in, and then you would kind of have to play with this again, and then kind of pop this back into place. So it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but it wasn't that terrible. But I can see why a lot of people did not like the setup. On the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, they made things a lot easier. You just pinch the handles on the side and the door just swings open. It stays attached as well. And then inside is the included lithium-ion battery. You can actually use this included battery to power up the microphone. You can also use AA batteries, or you can even use micro USB power here on the side. And this is actually how you charge the battery. But you can actually draw power from the micro USB if you want to plug it into like an external battery pack or your camera. You have those options. Now regarding battery life, Rode advertises about 70 hours on the Rode VideoMic Pro using the 9-volt battery that you supply yourself. On the new Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, using the included lithium-ion battery, Rode advertises 100 or more hours of use, which is great. Alright, and next I just wanted to compare the weight of both of these microphones. First up is the Rode VideoMic Pro. This has the 9-volt battery inside already, and the cable is actually attached, so it's all there. And it all totals to about 138 grams. Now the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, inside is the included lithium-ion battery, and all you have to do is include this detachable cable that it comes with, so it all weighs to about 161 grams. So the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is a little bit heavier by around 30 grams, but it's not that noticeable enough where if you're hand holding this, you're going to notice a difference. 30 grams is not that much. And going over some other key differences here, if you just look in the back, you see on the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus on the right, you have physical buttons you can press as compared to the Rode VideoMic Pro where they're just kind of sliding switches that you can turn on and off. In order to turn on the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, you just hold the power button for a few seconds and you'll see the blue light come on. Now on the Rode VideoMic Pro, you'll see here at the very top, you have the option to turn on the high pass filter. Now the high pass filter on the Rode VideoMic Pro is a constant 80 Hertz. That's the only setting that's on here. Now on the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, you have the option to set the high pass filter to 75 Hertz or even 150 Hertz. So you have that flexibility to change up your high pass filter as opposed to the Rode VideoMic Pro where you only have that one setting. Now another huge feature of the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, and probably I think would be the biggest selling point, to me it's the biggest selling point, is the fact that this has auto on off. So basically, if you have this microphone plugged into your camera and you turn off your camera, your mic will turn off as well. If you turn it on, your mic will also turn on. Now this is huge in my opinion. Using the Rode VideoMic Pro in some videos that I've done in the past, there have been some times where I have forgotten to turn on the mic, and because of that, you have no audio. And I've forgotten to turn this guy on quite a few times in the past, and those video clips are pretty much useless because there's no audio. So what I ended up doing is I just left it on all the time. I didn't really mind that I'm wasting the battery, but at least I knew that I would always have audio. So whenever I was using this mic, I would just always leave it on. And one last thing to note is that the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus has now a detachable audio cable. So you can actually use the one that it comes with, or you can actually take this out and use your own. Alright, so those are basically the key differences between these guys, but what I really want to do in this video is do a sound test. So I'm going to take these microphones and put them on the G85, which I'm using to record this video on right now, and we're going to do a sound comparison between these two microphones. Right now you're hearing the video through the Rode VideoMic Pro. I'm going to rig these guys up, and we're going to do a sound test. Alright, so this is how I'm doing the test today. I'm using something called the BeachTech MCC2. It's basically a mixer for a DSLR. It has a hot shoe mount, so you can mount it on top of your camera, and it also has 3 additional hot shoe mounts around it. There's one on each side and one at the top. So I have one VideoMic Pro on each side, and they're both plugged into either the left or right channel, and then you have a output at the front that goes into the camera. On the back you have 2 individual knobs that'll control the volume for each microphone or for each input, so you can play with these, turn them down or up depending on your preference. But this is the rig that I have set up in order to test these 2 microphones side by side. So while I'm recording video, both microphones are picking up audio and writing them to each individual channel, right or left, and then I can switch between each individual audio track to compare both microphones. Alright guys, so first we have the indoor test. Now I'll put somewhere here down below what mic is working at the moment, but right now we're just indoors in a basement. It's really quiet down here, so this is what it'll sound like in a quiet environment. Pretty small space around here, so you know, you can just take a listen. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. VideoMic Pro versus VideoMic Pro Plus, testing 1 2 3. Alright, so now we're outside just testing out these microphones in an outdoor environment now. I'm about 2 feet away from the microphones at the moment. It's not windy right now, neither microphone has a dead cat, but this is what the audio sounds like in an outdoor setting, about 2 feet away from the microphone. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. This is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus versus the Rode VideoMic Pro. Testing 1 2 3. Alright, so now we're about 6 feet away from the camera and the microphones. I'm talking at a normal level still. These microphones are shotgun microphones, so they should do better with long ranges. So this is the Rode VideoMic Pro versus the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Alright, so now I'm just doing a test behind the camera just so you can get a feel as to what the audio sounds like if you're talking from behind the camera. So this is the Rode VideoMic Pro versus the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Alright, so now we're just doing like a noise test. I wanted to bring the camera near somewhere where there's some outside noise. So here there's a main street right next to me. There's a lot of cars whizzing by. So we'll see how each microphone does with a noisier environment. So here's a lot of cars passing by. So this is testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. So there you have an idea of what it sounds like in a noisier environment. Now the previous clips before this, I did not have the high pass filter turned on either microphone, but this clip that you're listening to right now, this has the high pass filter turned on. So on the VideoMic Pro, it's turned on, and that's only one setting, so that's gonna be 80 Hertz. And the VideoMic Pro Plus, that I have it turned to 75 Hertz high pass filter. So this is the comparison between those two. And since we're doing comparisons anyway, I decided to turn up the high pass filter of the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus to 150 Hertz, while the Rode VideoMic Pro is still at 80 Hertz. So this is testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Alright, so one of the last tests I wanted to do was see how these microphones compare in windy environments. Now the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus advertises a new and improved wind screen. Now this fan right now is on a low setting, so let's go in front here. And I'm about 2 feet away from the fan. It's more windier than you would experience outside, I feel like, but in windier conditions it's possible. So this is what it sounds like. Alright, now I have this fan turned on to the medium setting. I'm about 2.5 feet away from this fan. So just see how this sounds. Let's go in a little closer. Alright guys, that should wrap it up for this test between the Rode VideoMic Pro and the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. All in all, these two microphones are great. They do a great job at doing what they do, and that's record audio. Now, is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus worth the extra $70 over the Rode VideoMic Pro? I would say yeah, and the reason I would say it's worth the upgrade is because basically I think it comes down to two features. One, it's the rechargeable battery, which is brilliant because using 9 volts on this guy is kind of annoying. It's not too bad, and other than the battery is the auto on and off feature. I think that in itself is actually worth the upgrade. The fact that you don't have to worry about turning your microphone on or off is huge. You don't have to worry about ever losing video clips because you had no audio. This will automatically turn on, and when you turn it off, this guy will turn off, saving battery. So I think that in itself, just the auto on-off feature, makes the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus worth it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, whether you think the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus is worth the extra $70 over the Rode VideoMic Pro, and tell me what you guys will prefer to use when shooting your videos. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll make sure to get back to you. Everything that you see in this video will be linked down below. Now, one thing I actually did want to note is that if you actually go to Rode's website, there's actually a red banner at the top of their website advising their customers to be cautious when purchasing Rode microphones on Amazon's website. Now, even though Amazon states fulfilled by Amazon if you're buying from Amazon directly or buying from a third party, Rode actually states that these microphones that are being sold on Amazon are actually counterfeit. So they actually won't honor the US warranty on anything bought from Amazon.com. So Rode actually advises you to take a look at their website and see their verified retailers list. I know B&H is one of them. That's where I got mine from. So just a word out to you guys, be careful when purchasing these microphones on Amazon.com, especially when they're coming from a third party. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the time. If you have any questions, again, leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.